Hello and welcome back to the Do Brand You channel. I am so glad that you are here. This channel is all about you. It's about you unleashing your potential in every season of life. And every Friday I do a Friday chat where I just share whatever is going on. And this can be ideas, thoughts, themes, strategies. And I'm going to be carrying on with what I was sharing last week, and that is addressing the whole concept that in 2025, the way it started for myself and many of you is that life is a little bit crazy. It's uncertain. Can be some fear, anxiety built up when we go through seasons in our life that are uncertain, where big changes happen and we don't exactly know what might be ahead. So if you didn't check out the video last week, I encourage you to do so. It really talks about how you can thrive and not just survive. But as I said in the last video, I wanted to share with you another strategy about how we can deal with life that can be crazy at times. And that is a strategy that is called vibrational navigation. Now that fits really strongly into what Do Brand You is all about, because Do Brand You is when you unleash your potential in every season of life. How do you do that? You do that by navigating to your true north, and you do that by using your skills and talents to add value to yourself and to others. And so when you're navigating to your true north, that's all part of really living the best life that you can live. So the strategy of vibrational navigation is a powerful concept. And when you understand this and you put this into practice, you can truly change how you respond to the challenges that life brings to you. It's about how to live authentically no matter what season of life that you're in, and even when things feel out of control in your own view of things. So vibrational navigation is a concept that can help you to consciously choose your response to the world. Instead of just reacting on autopilot, we all know that autopilot can be dangerous. If we just always are acting on autopilot, we're not actually in the driver's seat, taking control of what's happening. So think for a moment, how often do you catch yourself kind of moving throughout your day without really being present? You're on autopilot. You wake up, you might grab your phone, you scroll through your social media, you might grab a coffee. And if you are working elsewhere, you might get into traffic on the way to work, and then you're just responding to everything that is happening to you. You're on autopilot. You haven't made a conscious choice to live in a certain way. Even if these things that you do are habits, they're just on autopilot. And your vibration, we call it your vibration, is your energy. We talk about if you are feeling uplifted and you're feeling happy, then that's a higher energy. And if you're feeling low and down, then that's a lower energy or a lower vibration. So your vibration or your inner energy and your mood starts reflecting everything that's going around you. When you're on autopilot, you're not consciously taking a conscious choice to choose how you're responding to things. You're just taking in whatever is coming at you. If what is around you is crazy or anxious or stressful or negative, then you're just kind of taking all of that in as you begin to navigate through your day. Vibrational navigation means to take control of your internal energy, choose how you want to show up in the world, and choose how you want to connect. What areas of your day are you going to be connected? You're going to show up, and where are you going to disconnect? Are there times that you need to disconnect? So imagine that if you wake up in the morning and you grab your phone, you start scrolling, maybe you're just checking your emails, your social media, you're catching up on your news. You're already letting everything else dictate your energy. Whatever energy is out there, whatever, if it's a positive, you're reading positive things, then you might feel uplifted. If what you're receiving is negative, is stressful, you're going to start feeling that way. And over time, it won't take long during the day, and you're going to feel drained and overwhelmed and even anxious. And that's just getting started in the day. You haven't even made it to lunchtime. Now, picture a different scenario where you wake up, but this time, instead of rushing into your digital world, you take a moment to breathe and you connect with yourself. And maybe you wake up earlier and you sit and you enjoy a sunrise, or you go outside, or you open your windows or your door and you hear the birds, and you notice that, and you begin to connect with the present moment. You grab a coffee, but instead of just grabbing it and just drinking it down, you smell the coffee, you enjoy the coffee, or your breakfast, or whatever you're doing in the morning. What happens when you by doing that, you're creating your own positive vibration. You're choosing to connect to positive things. If you stay in autopilot and, it doesn't matter what you get. If you're sort of in autopilot and you're not choosing when you're going to engage and when you're not going to engage with whatever's happening or the people around you or the events or whatever, and you just let things come at you, it's like you're an oversaturated sponge. A sponge will just keep absorbing more and more water. Have you ever held a sponge? Sometimes you keep putting water in it and it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and it feels so heavy and it keeps taking more. And that's what you're like during the day when you're not really thinking. If you're just absorbing stuff, you're just absorbing all of that. Now, if the water or the energy that's going into that sponge is negative, you're just going to feel more heavy doing that. This leads to vibrational overload. It could be that you could just get so many positive things, but still you're going to be very, very heavy because you're just taking everything in. So this is what I call, and I've heard this term, and I wanted to share it with you. It's called the OSSS, the oversaturated sponge syndrome. And we all know that it feels like to be overwhelmed, but if you're someone who's empathetic and caring or always trying to add value, the oversaturated sponge syndrome happens when you are the type of person that I'm pretty sure that you are coming to this channel, that you do have empathy for what's going around you. You know, even though things are coming at you, you are engaging in these things. And when you see things that are frustrated, you're going to feel that frustration. When you see things that are sad, you're going to feel that sadness. You're going to empathize. You're going to absorb all of that. You internalize then more of these emotions. And when you're oversaturated with emotions and thoughts and energy and vibration, you don't have space to think or to breathe, or just you've lost who you are. And you feel like you're walking through life carrying a lot of the stress, the chaos, and the worries that come into your life. And you start looking for ways to cope. Now, when people try to cope, when they feel oversaturated, they've got the OSSS, the oversaturated, the oversaturated sponge syndrome, and they feeling heavy. They're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. What we do as humans is to try to push that away, to try to get rid of that. We don't want that. And so usually what happens is we go into bad coping mechanisms. We overeat, or mostly eat the wrong things. We distract ourselves by shopping, online shopping. I know people, I don't do so much online shopping, but I know some people, they do a lot of online shopping when they're not like really feeling great. Drinking, having a glass of wine, having the bottle of wine. So whatever it is, you're trying to disengage. You've got this oversaturated sponge, and you're trying to, I just don't want this. I don't like this. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be this way. Using vibrational navigation consciously. So you're saying, this is what I'm going to do. Again, I talked about it in the last video. You have free choice. You choose. You choose how you want to consciously connect. And you want to consciously connect in ways to raise your vibration, to make you feel better. Because when we approach anything with a better vibration, with a higher level of energy, with a more happiness, we're going to do better. So let's break it down. To navigate your vibration, you need to be conscious of the energy you're taking in and how you're reacting to it. So connecting means being present with what's going on around you and what energizes you during the day, positively or negatively. So when you are sipping your coffee in the morning, instead of just gulping it down, checking your phone and doing all of that, just take a break and just. Like, I love coffee. I love the smell of coffee, and it often brings back really nice memories. But if I grab the coffee and drink it and don't even taste it and I'm out the door, I haven't gotten anything from it. But if I have a moment where I sit, I have roses in my garden during the summer. I make sure my vase of roses is nearby. Coffee is there. If I can, I go outside during the nicer months. Sit out on my swing and listen to the birds, getting up early. And that's vibrational connection. I'm choosing in that moment to connect with something that's positive, that's going to raise my vibrational navigation. I'm choosing to navigate through my day using the vibrational navigation. So let's talk about disconnecting, because there's going to be things happening during the day where we need to disconnect. And this is actually can be a lot more difficult, but it's actually more important. So not just finding those things that raise your vibration up, make you feel like you're on top of the world type of a feeling, but disconnecting from anything that's not helping you to do that. So that could be drama at work. It could be a relationship that you're in. It could be your phone where you're getting, like information from a group of friends or a group that you're in, or family or work or whatever it could be. Social media as well, or the constant flood of negative news. I mean, I find any news that's on mainstream channels is absolutely terrible because it's so negative. I actually have them on my, as I bookmark them on my computer. So when I want to engage in finding out what's going on in the world, I have some that are just giving me the main things that are happening around from different perspectives. So I'm looking at a general perspective. I'm not engaging in one, but I also have 4 that are really positive. Science, discoveries in science. I have another one that's really focused on the arts and culture. And so you look for other kinds of information. Don't just take what's fed to you through media and all of that type of thing. And figure out what you may need to disconnect from. Because if you disconnect from the negative energy, it's not going to pull your vibrational down. You're going to navigate to a higher vibration for that day. So I really encourage you to try to practice this. So think about during the day, your morning routine. Is there any way that be aware of your vibrational energy? Are you feeling kind of up, or is it really down? what is it that is making you go up or down? And choose to find things in your life throughout the day that help you to be more on the upswing, and disconnect. And sometimes that means limiting the time that you spend with people. It means finding strategies of how you deal with difficult people or difficult news that continues to kind of bombard you. Consume media in the way you choose to do it, not just like whatever's going to come at you. And I really encourage you this week to try to navigate your pathway, your journey forward from a vibrational point of view. So you might be thinking, does this really work? And it sounds a little bit abstract. Is there really any science behind this? You know, on this channel, I always like to bring that in. Now, research shows that when we practice this being aware of where our energy is and if it's up or if it's down, that's really taking a step back, kind of stepping out of ourselves and looking at our life, and that's mindfulness. It's consciously choosing what we want to engage with in our environment. If you think about your day and what you do, and it's like you're going to go through your day, you're still going to be around certain people, you're still going to get certain things that are going to connect with you, but how are you choosing to interact with that? Studies have found that mindfulness, this vibrational navigation that you can do, will reduce your stress. It'll enhance your emotional regulation. You'll be able to regulate better, and it'll definitely improve who you are and your well-being. Mindfulness practices, this vibrational navigation, are linked to increases in dopamine and serotonin levels, and these are associated with things like happiness and contentment. So we have a lot of science that backs all this up. By choosing to consciously connect with what's giving you a positive vibration, and to disconnect doesn't mean that you just cut people off, but you make a choice of how you're going to engage. You don't need to bring your emotions into everything. Okay? Or you don't have to spend so much time with certain things that are negative, certain people that are negative. So I encourage you today to start practicing vibrational navigation. Take control of your energy. Be conscious of your vibrations that you're absorbing like a sponge, and choose to consciously connect with things that lift you up. And remember, this is what it means to live your potential. You're going to live your potential when you choose to navigate in the driver's seat of who you are and in your life. So we'll dive into another strategy, more strategies as we go along on the Friday chat. So do come back if, as you know, would love to have you subscribe to the channel, hit the like buttons, and leave a comment. It always helps. It helps a lot. I really appreciate it. I appreciate those of you that have reached out to me. Certainly appreciate those of you that have signed up to the newsletter. I do have a link below, so do that. And other than that, have a great week and navigate to your true north using your vibrational power that you can do. We'll talk to you next time.